Hello YouTube, Luigi here. This is the story of a watch that was gifted to me months ago. It never worked. It's an automatic. Never worked. Um, I know about automatics. You got to shake them up. You got to put them on these twirly thingies. You got to. I shook this thing for hours one day. I wore it on my offhand for 48 hours straight. I slept in it, thinking it was getting all kinds of motion, and then once I took it off my wrist, it died within 2 hours. I took it to a watch guy, Brian Smith, in our town. Has his own jewelry shop. He says it probably needs a real cleaning. It's not new by any means. And I said I was wondering if it was worth it given its age. So I put it in the drawer. And then tonight, after I performed meatball surgery on it, and I don't know what I'm doing, I've never taken a watch apart before in my life, she sprang back to life. But let me tell you what it is. Oh, even before we do that, let's do a wrist check. Today's watch is the Sterling Original 45 millimeter cushion. All right, back to this. I know very little about this, but I'll tell you what I do know. It's a SEIKO 5 automatic with a stainless steel bracelet, stainless steel case. The case is tiny, 36 millimeters in diameter. This is the smallest watch I own. I have two 37s, and the truth is my sweet spot is anywhere from 40 to 43, so 36 is small for me. But I would call this a dress watch. It's got a white dial, gold applied indices, and it's got a day-date complication. And I don't know if you can see it with the glare here, but you can see it's Sábado. Hoy es Sábado, Maria, the 27th of July, 2019. So why is this working? You can see the second hand moving. Why is this working? You know? Actually, there's a few more factoids I can share with you. It's got a two-position crown at 4 o'clock. And you know how that works with the day and the date and the backwards thing and all that. It's 10.4 millimeters thick. And it's got a 41 millimeter lug to lug. And this is the last factoid I'm going to tell you. The loom on it is absolutely horrible. Just dreadful. I have one of these, you know, chargers for solar watches. There's enough light here to stop an elephant. After this sat on that for quite a while, the loom was still pathetic. So, that's just that. So here's the story. I was digging through the drawer where this sat for months and months and months. And I said, you know, this is a good looking watch, and it was a gift from a great friend, Steve Burdett. And I said, it's a shame not to. I said, you know, when you don't know what you're doing, you can be fearless about stuff. You know, I said, let me take it apart and see what damage I can do, because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I took the I took the screw down backing off with this wrong tool. I started taking stuff out with this, my tweezers, and you don't want to know what I use these for. And I don't know, it looked, I don't know what I'm looking at. There's this thing that's not moving, but I flicked it with a fingernail, and that thing sprang to life. It started moving back and forth, and just to make sure everything was well lubed up, I gave it a hell of a shot of Pam olive oil cooking spray in there just to really grease up the works, and then I put it back together with this. Except I left a piece out. This. And I think it's working because I left a piece out, olive oil aside. So it's working. Now I know how these automatics work. If you don't keep them moving, they drop dead. If, for example, you have 7 watches in your collection, let's just say you do, and you wear them in a rotation once every 7 days. Well, that's 168 hours that this has to sit on its display without any movement. Well, I really, really, really doubt that this old watch has 168 hour power reserve. Okay, so what I intend to do so I don't have to just shake, rattle, and roll when it's time to wear it. And this is going to sound so stupid because I don't have one of those twirly thingies. I'm going to put it on my offhand. When I'm home, I wouldn't dare do this outside. And wear two watches, basically, when I'm home, and let the natural movement of my right hand keep the thing lubed up here, juiced up, charged up. So that's it. A watch that miraculously came back to life after meatball surgery. I don't know what I did, except just poke around. And, there's an old, I hope you guys know this, there's an old saying in storytelling, if you can't make it true, make it good. And the part about this story that wasn't true was obviously the olive oil. Oh, God. All right, here she is. I got another watch that I had given up on. I would call this a dress watch. It's pretty fancy. It's pretty thin, and happy to have it resurrected. All right, everybody. That's it. God bless you. I love you all. Take good care. Bye-bye.